Welcome to our community information segment, and I'm Satish Rai. Today I'm going to discuss with you how to search for your ancestral roots in India. Since about 2004, I've been running a voluntary project called Milao Discover Your Indian Roots, and through this project I've been helping people to search for their roots in India. And a while ago, when my friend Vanita Nair put up a website called www.gurmitunited.org website. I put on some information on the website as well. A number of people do access that information from the website, but however, perhaps a number of people are not aware of this information via the website, and they do contact me through other sources and want to discover their roots in India, and they wish to know how to go about doing it. For those people and other people who do wish to search for their roots in India, the basic information which they need is contained in the Gurmit pass of the ancestors, the Gurmitias who boarded the ships, 87 odd ships, either in Calcutta or in Madras. They put their thumbprint to a document which is called the immigration pass, and now we call it the Gurmit pass, and those passes are now contained only in one place, and that is the National Archives in Suva, Fiji. The National Archives of Fiji is located in Carnarvon Strait, and they contain a lot of information, including the Gurmit Pass. Copies of this Gurmit Pass are contained in the Australian National University, but they are in form of microfiche, and I have been there, and I tried to search for roots of some people, including my ancestors, and it's very painstaking task, and it's virtually impossible to search for this information, to extract the immigration pass from the microfiches contained in the university here in Australia. So one has to go back to Fiji or get somebody to go to National Archives of Fiji and look through the information over there. And fortunately, the former director of the National Archives in Fiji, a very nice gentleman, Mr. Satriki Tale, has done a lot of hard work already. He has gone through the information of about 60,500 Gurmitias, and he has now compiled a register, alphabetical register, which contains the vital information through which one is able to extract the immigration pass. And the immigration pass itself, the Gurmit pass, contains the vital information. The only information perhaps contained anywhere in the world about the Fiji Gurmitias, like obviously the name, the father's name, the village they came from, the Thana they came from, the district they came from, the next of kin, and the caste, and information like that, and you can use those information to trace your ancestral roots in India, like I've done, like a few other people I know have done that. So the first thing to do is to get that immigration pass, and this is how you do that. If you go to the National Archives, or if you send somebody who is in Fiji or in Suva, or from the west, or from Vanuatu, who can go to the National Archives, you have to ask the very helpful staff of the National Archives for the alphabetical register, which is kept in the National Archives, which is situated on the first floor of the National Archives. And if you go through the register, you'll find there are four columns of information. The first column contains the name of the Gurmitia. The second column contains the father's name of the Gurmitia, and third column contains the ship in which the Girmitia arrived in Fiji, and finally the fourth column will contain the immigration pass of that Girmitia. So if you know the name of the Girmitia who arrived in Fiji, and you can very easily find in a corresponding to that name is the Girmit Pass number, which you will write down in a small paper, a form, which the staff of the National Archives will provide you. And after a while, and after paying a very small fees, they will provide you a copy of the Girmit Pass, and there you've got it. But it becomes a bit more complicated if, for instance, there are several people with that name. For instance, in my grandfather's case, Sukhdev, there were a number of Sukhdevs listed in the register, which starts with S. And fortunately for me, I had more information. I knew that he was married, and he came with his wife and with his 2 children, and and I knew the ship on which he arrived in Fiji with his wife and with his children. So it was relatively easy for me to get the passes of all 4 people. But if you don't have that information, and if your ancestors in the list, on the register, there are 4 or 5 names corresponding same as your ancestor, then things get complicated. But if you know his or her father's name, then once again it becomes easy. You look down the register and you'll see the name of the Girmitia and the father's name, and the 4th column you'll see the immigration pass number. Once again, you give that information to the staff at the archives, and they will hand over the copy of the immigration pass. But once again, if you don't have the father's name, and if you know the ship in which he or she arrived, once again, the chances are that your ancestor would be the only person who would have arrived on that ship. Once again, you get the pass number, and you can extract the form. There are other ways. If you don't know the ship number, the name of the ship, but if you know the year in which the ancestor arrived in Fiji, once again, Vanita Nair has listed all the 87 ships which arrived in Fiji carrying the Girmitias, and each year there's only 3 or 4 ships which arrived. So once again, you can correspond the name of the Girmitia with the ship, and the chances are that you'll get the right immigration pass. You'll have to have the basic information of the Girmitia's name, his or her father's name, or the ship's name, and you can easily get the immigration pass number. If you don't have this information, like the father's name and the ship's name, things start to get a bit more difficult and complicated. But there are ways to still search for the Girmit Pass, and if you still want to pursue that, you are quite welcome to contact me, and I'll be able to assist you by taking you through the agricultural register, which is a very large register which contains a lot of information, and but is much harder. So if you want to go through that, I'll be able to assist you with that. And once you have obtained the Girmit Pass, The second part is about actually locating the village from which your ancestors came, and the home of the ancestors is still there. And I will talk about it more in perhaps another segment, or once you have got your immigration pass, the blueprint for your search for ancestors in India. Do contact me, and I'll be able to assist you best as possible as I can. Put you in contact with some people who are in India who may be able to assist you. So for now, it's goodbye until I see you again. Thank you.